whenever I get my payslip, or like most people watching this video, they get the payslip, they see a huge number being cut, and that is the Rentenversicherung or the pension insurance. So what
Yeah.
exactly is it? Like, does it actually help, especially like considering it's a big amount, and
Very.
for an expat coming from another country, it doesn't make sense. So explain to us, how exactly does the pension system in Germany work?
Yeah, so it's actually like a huge amount, because what you see is just your part, right?
Yeah.
And your employer pays the exact same part. So in total, it's 18.6% of your salary until 85K. There it's capped, right? But that's a huge amount that you pay in the system. You are totally right, right? And you can imagine the German government pension works very counterintuitively. You ask the right question. Does it even get you further in the pension? Like after 5 years of working here in Germany, you get like a letter where it says, you have by now worked for this and this much pension. And if you keep on working with your salary, you will have that and that pension, right? And if you get the letter for the first time, please sit like down in a stable chair. Maybe have your wife holding your hand, because most people are like really shocked what stands in these letters. I mean, when you like, we can do the calculation in a second, but when you have a 60K annual salary, right, and you work in Germany for 40 years, which is not like, for an expert, you will probably work a little bit shorter.
Yes, I would say, let's assume if someone is coming for a master's degree, they're coming at the age of 25.
Yeah.
They'll do it in plus minus 2 years. So 27, at the age of 27, they start. And
then it's pretty much 40 years,
40
right?
years,
So,
yeah.
So with 40 years, you can like pause the video now and write in the comments your guess what your government pension will be, right? So 60K annual salary, so 5,000 a month is like a good salary, like starting salary for like IT or consulting, when you're in these sectors. So write in the comments what you guess is the government pension.
Yes,
So
I would say,
it's around 1,700 euros gross, and there goes taxes and health insurance basically. So it's like 1,400 euros in your pocket basically, right? So that's why I said, okay, please sit in a stable chair when you first get this letter. And I mean, the reason for that, because you have told correctly, okay, you contribute a lot with your employer to this pension system. The reason for that is that it works very counterintuitively, right? So normally you would think with a pension plan, the money that you invest is saved up for you and then later paid out as a pension with maybe some kind of interest, right? That's not the case. That's how private pension plans work. We will talk about that in a second. But there's not the case with the German government pension, because basically the money that you pay in is directly contributed to the current pensioners, right? So it's not like a pension plan for you, it's more like a social system you have to you have to imagine. And the first question that might pop in your head, okay, David, all well and good, but what happens when there aren't enough people paying in to support the current pensioners? Right? And that's exactly what's happening right now. Because like in 1970, there were 5 working people supporting one pensioner, and then it's fine, totally a fine system. But now it's only us, and it's only the 2 of us.
Okay.
Right?
There's 2 people supporting.
2 people supporting one pensioner. So that means that already the system now isn't quite working anymore, and the German government has to put in a lot of taxpayer money on top to just keep the system running, even though it's not good in the first place. So, these are some thoughts to consider about the.
So as you said, the pension can be given once you're retired. So right now the retirement age in Germany is 67. Previously it was 65. Some people say, or like there are always rumors in different forums, different expat communities, that this age will increase. What is the likelihood and of this age increasing? And if it is increased, let's say it doesn't increase, but let's say in the worst case scenario it does increase, how much time does the government give for this increase or age increase generally? Historically speaking.
Yeah, you are totally right about this assumption, because one of 3 things must happen in order to keep the system alive, right? either the pension age increases, right? That's what you were talking about, or the pension decreases, which will never happen because our politicians are elected by mainly old people, right? So they will never decrease the pension. It's the last thing that they're going to do. Or they increase the contribution to the system, which happens every year, that they increase like the contribution to the system, especially for good earners, right? So one of these things is going to happen. Probably our generation, it won't be 67 anymore, right? And that's what age you don't know, right? Maybe 70, maybe no more, depending on the system. But all of this has a silver lining. You have to take care of your pension yourself, right? Please don't rely on the government for your pension. And I know we have a very good social system in Germany, but the pension system, please take care of that yourself and say, okay, if I get some government pension, I see it as a bonus. But the main thing you should have, like, either from investing and from private pension plans to take care of your retirement yourself.
Can you share a little bit about, let's say, if there's an expat who came to Germany, contributed their like 40 years, then retired, and then went back to another country, for example, their home country, after retiring in Germany. So are they eligible to get this amount back home, or is it just if you stay in Germany?
Yeah, that depends. So there's like a huge difference in what countries you're going to, right? So please, for that, for your individual case, inform yourself, like on the German government website. They can share with you is maybe that's interesting for your viewers, how you can calculate how much pension you are going to get for your individual scenario, right?
Yeah. Yes. So we Google German pension plan and then come to your website.
You just Google German pension calculator, and there you will also find our website. And there you can just type in, okay, how much you're making currently. So let's say in the 5,000 from our example, how many years have you been working? So we take your master's student example, right? Where you see, okay, came to Germany when you're 25, do your master's, and then you start working. So this is exactly the scenario that we discussed. And then you see, okay, what pension will you get from the government? You see here like the 1,700 approximately, right? And what is then your pension gap, so to say? So what do you need to take care of privately to fill that gap? Right? So you can just calculate that for your individual income. So you can just type anything in, and this will accordingly change, right? So it's a very interactive tool, put a lot of work in programming that. So you can use that. We will also put it like in the link in the description to just calculate, okay, how much am I going to get from the government pension? How much do I need to take care of yourself? And then in the next step, how much do you need to set aside to fill the pension gap? We will get to that in a second. Yeah.
Cool. So now we know that we will get peanuts for our pension. And let's move to the other options, as you said. So
yeah,
there's the government pension. So what other options are available for pension or retirement planning?
So there are, of course, many pension plans in Germany that are available for experts, right? Some of them don't make any sense, right? And some of them make a lot of sense when you have a high income. So maybe just to quickly say the two of them that mainly don't make any sense is first the Riester pension. That's like the most popular pension in Germany. It was, at least because like 4 years ago, I had always had to talk about half an hour why this doesn't make sense. And now everybody, it's all over the news that basically this simply not a good product, right? The idea is that you get like government bonuses for saving for retirement, right? And when you have kids, then you get like extra bonuses, which is all well and good. But the problem is that you have like a mandatory guarantee in these products. That means that like the majority of the money you invest there doesn't go like towards funds, like you explain like in your videos, where you can broadly diversify and just invest and grow with the world economy, basically. But it goes into the insurance directly, like in the funds from the insurance, and they make around 2.5–3% even with the best insurances. So yeah, the interest there is just very, very low. And very important information for experts, right?
Mm.
When you move to another country, so if you move out of Germany and, for example, move back to your home country or spend your retirement somewhere else, right? You lose all the benefits that you got in this
Okay.
pension. So yeah, when you're German and have like many kids, that can make sense, right? But for expats, even for 99% of the Germans, it doesn't make any sense, right? But for expats, please be very, very careful with the recent pension. And then always my clients say after the consultation with us, hey, David, I would love to have known this 5 years ago, because then I could have started 5 years ago, started saving, started getting tax refunds. So it's just very important to get started. That should be like the main message of this video.
So the consultation with you guys, or at least the first consultation, is always going to be free, right?
Exactly. Right.
Okay.
You get.
So I'll put a link with all of the information that you can contact David in the description below. It's going to be the first link. So make sure that you contact David if you're interested in getting a consultation and knowing more about the German pension system.
Perfect.
So till the next video, like Wizard.